The recording of Frengers happened over quite a long period of time. It was first Rich Costi came to Copenhagen to try out one song with us. I think we were pretty much ready to just go with him, but the label were still a bit hesitant, not knowing him as a producer, and yeah, they wanted to check it out first. But he came over and he recorded one song with us, which was Snow Brigade.
Yeah, and after that we then got the go-ahead to do a couple more songs.
Yeah.
You know, even though Snow Brigade was great and everybody agreed it was great,
yeah,
it was still not enough.
Yeah, but I mean, they were really cool about letting us make the album we wanted.
Absolutely.
So we flew to LA, and I remember we recorded, while we were in LA, we recorded Am I Rye, and She Came Over Christmas, and King Christian.
Right.
Yeah. And
we didn't do She Spider?
No, we wrote it there.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, we wrote She Spider in LA as we were rehearsing to record.
I remember that quite clearly. Yeah.
Maybe we did. Maybe we did record She Spider there. I don't remember actually.
I remember us going to this sort of like really old school 70s type studio in the valley somewhere. Yeah. This studio was just this like really sort of typical 70s LA studio, where I think Rich just knew they had like a Neve desk or something like that he wanted us to record with.
Yeah.
And but going back to the She Spider, whether we did or didn't record it, I can't remember either, but I vividly remember writing it in LA, and that song is kind of, you know, I think symbolic of how we felt at the time. You know, it has such an energy to it, and it gave us a purpose and a direction, I think. And I think once we had done Snow Brigade, it kind of became this, oh, there's the blueprint in terms of what we can do sonically. And I think we always loved a band like the Pixies, and they were, I guess, famous for that sort of quiet, loud dynamic of their songs. And
it was the first time, I think, that we were able to make up-tempo songs sound good.
Yeah, exactly, because we always struggled with having up-tempo songs, partially making them emotional, and partially making them sound good.
Yeah. Yeah, and then after we'd been in LA recording those songs, we ended up recording the rest of the most of the rest of the album in Copenhagen, and then we mixed it in the south of England.
That's right.
Some of it had
some of it,
yeah.
Because I think going back to England was probably a label thing that they wanted to check in on the progress, maybe.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But anyways, we ended up at that amazing studio down in Kent somewhere, I think, called, what was it?
Rich Farm.
Rich Farm.
It doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately, but it was like
Queen recorded there.
Yeah, it was just a
Black Sabbath and
one of those studios where when you think about a swanky sort of countryside studio, that's what springs to mind, you know, like with the tennis court and the outdoor pool and in-house chef cooking for you. And
they had a black cat called Fang because it always had one tooth on the outside. And I remember that they had a secret room. There was a staircase, and there was like a weird panel in the wall you could remove, and there actually was a room in there.
It was an amazing place. It was like this old sort of Tudor style house. And the actual recording room and studio was in the barn. Yeah. So they converted the barn into the studio, which was pretty amazing. I remember it as being
the control room was kind of raised up.
Yeah,
with
up
a window
high.
looking out at the
Did we record anything there?
Yes, I recorded a bunch of vocals there.
Ah, right. Okay.
And I think little bits and bobs.
I clearly remember one night we would walk to there was like a country pub within, I don't know how far it was. It wasn't that far. It was like in the next village over.
But it was so dark at night because there was no lights. It was just so pitch black.
I clearly remember walking that road, like sort of typical British countryside lane, and just getting to that century-old pub, and just like, and that's where Ozzy Osbourne had his, you know, like his stool by the end of the counter.
It was built in 1500 something.
Something like
the
that.
door was this tall because people used to be very short.
Yeah, amazing pub.
But I do remember also that there was a dead cow on the side of the street.
Really?
Yeah, and it just smelled worse every night. like because nobody came and removed it, and you couldn't see it, but you just here comes the smell. So we had to go through that to get to the pub.
Okay, so it was a bit of a challenge there,
Yeah.
right? Okay, but as you said, I think some of the songs came out great. We mixed "She Came Home for Christmas" there,
Yeah,
but I remember "Am I Right" very clearly being mixed in LA. So maybe
Yeah.
that was done afterwards again. Maybe we weren't quite happy with the mixing.
it was a long process.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
Too long
It's almost
to
a bit
remember
blurry.
the chronology of it. I think you're right. I think that actually Rich went back to cello
Mm-hmm.
and did a couple of songs there.
Yeah.
like Rye.
Yeah, because that's one of those like pivotal moments again. I think sitting at that room in cello and hearing "Am I Right" blasting from the big speakers.
Yeah.
No, put them on the big speakers. You know, back in the day, studios always had these ridiculously huge monitors. You know, you would have monitors like these, but then typically built into the wall, you would have these like, I don't know, meter high speakers that.
Yeah, with an insane subwoofer.
Yeah, exactly. Which I guess were there to impress the record labels, maybe, or because I mean, you wouldn't
And
mix on them, would you?
No, but it's such a great
Yeah.
thing when you're listening to
Yeah.
your mixes like that.
And hearing MRI coming through those speakers with the whole sort of blam blam, those big intro hits and stuff like that, that
Yeah.
sounded pretty like okay.
Definitely.
Yeah.